$100 cash back on America's #1 selling minivan, Dodge Caravan. Plus a $700 discount on Dodge Ram diesels. Now during the Dodge Thanks a Million celebration. Going on now at your Dodge dealer. Hurry in today.
Television Network.
In this winter's tale, it's January that turns out to be the cruelest month. They leave Nebraska's frosted cornfields, always imposing, always highly ranked, but destined, it has seemed, for disappointment. He has these winters in his blood, the native son who never left, who in another time was twice the state's athlete of the year, a marvel who competed for his small hometown college. Tom Osborne, 22 seasons, 218 victories, 11 conference titles, but still bearing with serene dignity the January memories. Memories of hot, humid nights in Miami, when it was all or nothing in a stadium a long, long way from home.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
In 1984, there was honor in defeat. 10 years later, redemption was just one play away.
45 yards to give Cinderella, Nebraska the national championship. And he hooked and left. Florida State wins.
And though decades of success have been somehow diminished by a series of New Year's failings, the resolve remains. And now, even beyond the heartland, you sense he is, for most, the sentimental choice.
I don't think there's any room for compassion. I mean, we're playing a football game, and if he wasn't playing us for the national championship, I'd root for him.
To Tom Osborne, this is a familiar face of January, the face of another fierce Miami team, at home in the Orange Bowl, and prepared to deny the Cornhuskers a national title. Or is this finally the night when Nebraska's proud native son brings to an end his long New Year's nightmare?
Everybody's partying, everybody's having a good time. Maybe we should show them why there's such a big celebration going on tonight.
I think a lot of this tape is going to be going around town for about the next 20 years. But we have the highlights of the Orange Bowl game, and I know you're anxious to get another look at them. Let's roll those tonight. That's Coach Osborne chewing some big red gum, of course, at the start of the game. Huskers off to a bad start. They have to punt. Miami goes to work. Frank Costa to Chris T. Jones for a first down. This is where it looked like the nightmare was beginning. The black shirts tighten up. Tony Veland, the old Benson Bunny, slows down the Canes with a key play there, and Miami will have to settle for a field goal. This is Dane Pruitt coming in, a 44-yarder, and it's 3-0 at this point. Now the Huskers will finally get going in their next series. Lawrence Phillips running hard, and watch him come up with a face full of turf. Little souvenir for Lawrence there. The Cornheads are fired up in Miami. The Huskers moving, but Tommy Frazier, who started the game, of course, makes a mistake here. Play action. Usually this is open, but Miami's so quick they have it double covered. Carlos Jones made the interception, and that will be all for Tommy Frazier for the time being. The Hurricanes march 97 yards. Frank Costa with time. Costa the bomb to A.C. Tellison. That's 44 yards down to the 35. Now, on the very next play, a quick pass to Trent Jones, and speed kills, folks. He scoots 35 yards for the touchdown. Miami is up 10-0 in the first quarter. The call goes out to Brooke Behringer now. He comes in, and Warren Sapp, who for 3 quarters was unbelievable, says hello to Brooke. Brooke goes down. Things are looking dark at this point in the game. The Huskers finally get some field position. The Huskers are using some razzle-dazzle. Riley Washington, the speedy split end on the reverse, and he got 9 yards, and that kind of loosened things up a little bit at this time. And moments later, Behringer getting the call from Osborne, and he will go to play action. This is vintage Huskers. Mark Gilman makes the grab for the touchdown. The Huskers are up 10-7 at this point. Then the defenses will take over for the rest of the first half. The Huskers are pounding on Frank Costa by this time. Troy Dumas will chase him down for the sack. On the other side of the ball, Warren Sapp, unreal. Watch him break up this shovel pass, grabs Phillips with one arm, wrestles him to the ground. Big time play. Coach Oz and company down 10-7 at the half. The second half opens and more bad stuff for the Huskers. The Canes jump on the Huskers. Jonathan Harris, and once again, speed kills. He blows by everyone. 44 yards for the touchdown. And it's 17-7 Miami. The offense is struggling at this point, but the Black Shirts come up with a big play. Miami is pinned way back, and Dwayne Harris drops Costa for a safety and 2 points at 17-9, and that seemed to turn around the game somewhat for the Huskers. They start moving the ball. Behringer with several passes to Abdul Mohammed, this one for 19 yards. But once again, some big-time mistakes seem like they will kill the Huskers. A mix-up in the backfield, a fumble, and it's Miami's ball at the end of the third quarter. But the Black Shirts stop Miami. Coach Osborne wondering if it's going to happen again. One of the most bizarre plays you'll ever see. Pruitt, watch him shoot and score. That is a penalty, though, folks. When the smoke clears, the Huskers will have the ball at the 4. Things are looking good for them. It's 1st and goal, but another killer mistake. Behringer rolling out. Should have thrown this one out of the park, but he throws it to Earl Little for the interception. And another Husker drive is stalled. But the Huskers will hang tough. Tommy Frazier comes back in. They are the stronger team in the fourth quarter. He goes right to the option. Lawrence Phillips cuts upfield, busting a move for a first down. That was a key play down to the 15-yard line. Then moments later, the hero tonight from Duncan, Nebraska, Corey Schlesinger, takes it up the middle to make it 17-15 Nebraska. And the Huskers will go for 2. Shades of 1984. Tommy Frazier looking in the end zone, and he hits Eric Alford. The game is tied at 17 apiece. Now Miami will have to punt again. Frazier goes to work on the keeper, shakes loose just like that play against Florida State last year. And the Huskers are moving the ball, and moments later, it is Corey Schlesinger getting the call up the middle. I don't think, John, you mentioned, I don't think the Canes ever saw him with the ball. Another touchdown. It's 24-17. You can smell national championship in the air. I'm getting fired up just looking at these highlights. From there on out, the Black Shirts take control. Frank Costa, the Miami quarterback, will try to rally his team, but hey, nothing doing. Terry Connealy, the senior from Hyannis, Nebraska, all over him for the sack. And then one last try for Costa. He goes deep, but the Huskers are ready for this one. Kareem Moss playing center field, makes the pick. There's about a minute left, and that does it. The last nail on the coffin for Hawaii, and the door is open to Tom Osborne for a national championship. John, you've been a football player. We're watching, we're listening, we're excited as you are. John Chapman joining me here, and you talked about the energy, Dave. What was it for you down on the sidelines? What was it like for you down there on the sidelines?
I got a story for you, Merlyn, you won't believe.
Tell us.
I was moving around. I was up in the press box for the first half. I was down on the field. I was even up in the area where they were feeding the guys, sitting watching it on TV. I couldn't stand. I was so nervous. I couldn't come down here and watch the game. Well, I knew I had to go on after the game, so with about 7 minutes left in the game, I came down. They were down 17-9. I'm walking around on the sidelines, looking up at the fans here in the corner of the end zone. And one guy, I don't even know who he was, looked at me, pulled me over and said, "Will them to victory, Dave. Will them to victory." So I started concentrating, and I looked over on the ground, Merlyn, I swear to God, and I found this. I put it in my hand, and they scored 2 touchdowns and won the championship.
Well, there it is, Dave.
It's the magic of the corn, Dave.
Zach Wiegert and Brendan Stein. Congratulations. See you back home, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Merlyn. Hey, anyway, let me finish the story.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I found this lucky corn cob, and I held it in my hand. I swear to God, Merlyn, I didn't say a word after I picked it up. 7 minutes later, Nebraska wins a national championship. It's going in my office along with all my other memorabilia, Merman.
Hey, Tommy Frazier, let's go to Vanita Sakar, who is standing by in West Omaha at the Scorecard Lounge. Vanita?
They weren't able to be there, but they're here, and they are This has just been an emotional year, an emotional game, and you just had to have faith that Tom Osborne and the Huskers would get their due. We're number one.
There was so much that we had to do to get to this point, so many years of disappointment. What is it like for you as a fan to see them through their ups and downs, and tonight, a definite up?
Well, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. We just had to wait for our turn, and this is our year.
That's wonderful. Let's talk to some fans over here. What do you think? As you can tell, a lot of excitement here. Want to tell me what you're thinking?
I think it was a long time coming. It was well deserved. The Huskers are number one. How about them Cornhuskers?
Was there ever a point in the game that you lost faith where you thought, no, it's not going to happen?
I didn't hear what you said.
Is there ever a point in the game when you lost faith? When you
No,
thought it wasn't
never.
gonna
Never. We may not have played well in the first half, but never count the Cornhuskers out. Second half is our game. Tommy Frazier showed them we are number one. We will stay number one. We are the national champion.
Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're thinking. You had predictions at the beginning of the game. You had hopes, just like every fan. Tell me how you're feeling tonight after so many years of disappointment.
Very happy. It's a long time coming, and we deserve it. Tom deserves it.
We're number one.
There's been so much disappointment, and now the big championship. What goes through your mind?
Sorry?
What goes through your mind at this point?
I'm just overwhelmed and elated. Very happy. We deserve it.
As you can see, a lot of fans very excited here. There's a Miami fan that wants to talk to us, but we don't want to talk to him. So back to you, Merlyn and Chapman.
The downtown Ramada into the ballroom there, and about 500 people packed in there, watched the game on a big screen TV, and right now the place is rocking. They're going nuts. Let's take a look. Right after the go-ahead touchdown that sealed the national championship for the Huskers, this is the most popular dance in Lincoln right now. I'm told that about 50 to 75 of the people have left the party and are on their way to Memorial Stadium to tear down the goalposts. There's no goalposts there, though, but they're partying in the streets, and when they could catch their breath, some of these happy fans had this to say.
So how's it feel to be national champion?
Damn great. Great.
Nebraska and Nebraska fans are number one, and they'll be number one till they die. Win or lose, Nebraska fans are the best in the country. I'm telling you that right now.
But oh, victory is oh so sweet, and doesn't it feel good now, John and Merlyn? But I tell you what, it's
more came back to Omaha. You know who you are. You can control last night. Nearly 3,000 fans turned out to celebrate a Nebraska victory. After the celebration got out of control, police called for backup. Fans started jumping on cars and blocking traffic. During the chaos, one of the cars hit 4 people. Somehow, no one was hurt. The only medical condition here, Husker fever.
We finally did it. You gotta love it. It's beautiful.
I think it's lived up to the hype, you know, that it said it would be.
A disappointing
to do this more often, don't you think? I'd like to thank you very much. I know you've been here a long time, and it's certainly taken a lot of patience on your part. About 22 years of it, I guess. But we really appreciate Dennis Smith being here, the president of the university, and the governor, Ben Nelson, and Graham Spanier, the chancellor. And they told me we better win or else, so we got it done. Also, two of our captains went other ways, but Terry Keneally and Rob Zadisk are here. And I'll let them say a word here in a minute. And I'd really like to express my appreciation to the whole football team and our coaching staff. I thought the coaches did a tremendous job. And maybe each, Frank Solich, George Darlington, Charlie McBride, Ron Brown. I know they're all, Dan Young, Tony Samuel. We appreciate everything at Turner Gill. We appreciate all that they did this year. Forgot Kevin Steele's here as well, and well, all of them. So anyway, thank you for your courtesy in coming here. I'll turn it over here to Terry Keneally. Maybe Terry wants to say a word or two to you.
You guys are the greatest. We've been waiting 23 years for this. Now we're right back where we belong, on top. I just got a couple things to say. On behalf of the entire team, I'd like to thank Coach Osborne, the best football coach in the country. The fans and everyone here, you guys are second to none. You're absolutely awesome. And I just want you to know, we didn't win this just for ourselves. We won this for the whole state of Nebraska. Go Big Red.
When Corey Schlesinger scored that second touchdown in the fourth quarter, I kind of felt bad for Penn State there for about 5 seconds. Seriously, though, I just wanted to thank you guys for coming out here and supporting us. I think it's pretty obvious you guys are the best fans in the nation. Doesn't get any better than this. Again, like Terry, I just want to thank the coaching staff and especially Coach Osborne for all he's done, for all the criticism he's received, all the highs and lows that he's had, and not having reached a national championship until this year. And Coach really makes a big point out of the fact that he believes that his pursuit of a national title, that is more important than actually winning it. And because of that, I think he is all the more deserving for winning this national title. And again, I just want to thank you all for coming out here and supporting us. That this game wasn't just, like Terry said, this game wasn't for just our football team. It was for the entire state of Nebraska.
Sure, I scored 2 touchdowns, but all I did was run the ball. It was the offensive lineman, the receivers blocking downfield that did everything. All I had to do is run into the end zone. Too easy, way too easy. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and do the best.
That was Corey Schlesinger last night.